Hey, what's up YouTube? So for today's video, I'm going to be answering the best questions or the most common questions about social media marketing. So I guess the best thing to do is get right into it. First question?
Your first question is, how does social media benefit a business?
Okay, so the simple fact is social media is huge. There are billions of people that are using social media every single month. There's a huge target audience out there for every single business that you can capitalize on by having a social media. For instance, I think the greatest thing about social media is, let's say you do it right, like you do it right and you get a big following. You can now reach thousands of people just by a post, which is costing you $0. So I think the impact social media has on a company is huge. I guess next question.
All right, your next question is, describe one strategy that will help you succeed as a social media marketer. So, could you please describe that?
So describe a strategy for social media.
Yep.
I think the best strategy that I have found in creating a social media presence is one, making yourself available on like every platform and posting consistently on every platform, because basically every platform works with an algorithm that is kind of in a way the same, where it's like the more frequent you post, the more people like traction your posts gain. Also, one thing that I have found is that you need to be as authentic as possible when you post this stuff, because that works better with the relationship that you are going to have with your customers. I think that would be the best strategy in my opinion. Also, another strategy that I just thought of is I've noticed a lot of people like it when they tweet a company with their concerns or their opinions on the company, and the company responds like honestly and truthfully and nicely, and they have that interaction. Like, I would make sure, especially in your early stages when you're building your social media, to have as much traction with your users as possible. I think that would be the best answer to your question.
Alrighty. Next question is, what is the best strategy to get more retweets?
Okay, so this is interesting. Obviously, Twitter is a huge platform that a lot of people are on. The best way to get a lot of retweets is, like, for one, I'm going to break this up in, like, different points. But the first thing you should do is make sure you tweet at the same time, which obviously the next question of that is, when is the best time to tweet on Twitter? Here's the thing that I find interesting that a lot of people don't know. There are a lot of tools out there online that you can use that like puts all the data together for different like niches that you're going to be tweeting in, like different people that you're going to be trying to like reach, and the best times to post on Twitter because of that. It's usually, I have found, like for the most case, between the hours of like 2 and 4, but obviously there are different better times. So I think it's actually really easy to figure out which times would be the best for your company to tweet that you'll get the most people to like it. Also, second, which this is kind of surprising, but people like make sure you are tweeting a longer kind of thing, right? So there's 280 characters on Twitter right now that you can use. And I always would make sure that you pretty much fill those, or at least put a significant amount of information on there. I have found that the more like you post, the more likely it is to be retweeted. Another thing you can do to get more retweets is, a lot of people I have seen be like doing this is, at the bottom of it there'll be something like, make sure you tweet this, we're picking a random 5 people to win like $50. And then the essence of business, that's nothing. So doing stuff like that, like giving them a reason to retweet, is in my opinion huge on the amount of retweets you get. But just to summarize, make sure you post at the time most people are on Twitter, which is really easy to find out, usually between the hours of 2 and 4 for most days. Second, make sure your tweets are long and that they are beneficial to the person reading it. And third, it's nice to do things every once in a while where you do like giveaways and stuff like that. I think that would be the best way to get retweets for a tweet.
Alrighty. And what is the best social media platform to use in marketing?
Okay, so this is very interesting because it really depends on the kind of business that you are running. If I'm running if I'm running a company that is being geared more to kids and like younger people, I'm going to go on Instagram and like tweet there. If I'm doing or not tweet there, post there. If I'm doing something with older people, I'm going to go on Facebook. And Twitter kind of has a nice mixture of both. So, I think it really just depends on the business. But, and I firmly believe this, If you're going to go on social media and you're going to do social media marketing, you shouldn't just be on one platform either. Like, I would make sure you have accounts on every social media platform, and this is really important. Try to have the same handle for every single one, because it makes more sense for like you to have every single handle, so that way someone finds you on Instagram, they'll be able to find you on Twitter and Facebook pretty easily. So I would say it really depends on the business which one you should focus the most on, but for every case, I think you should be on all of them. And you should make sure you are consistent on the platforms, because then you get more interactions and like more consistency, and that is the best way to like beat the algorithm. Is there any more questions?
I believe there is one more. Yep. What type of content should businesses be posting?
Okay, so this is very interesting too. It's like a lot of people that I have found that are doing like for business struggle to figure out what tweets they should be putting out there and what they should be doing. Obviously, you should be doing like updates on the company and everything, but I think when it comes to that, the crazy thing is your audience literally tells you what type of content they are appreciating by the amount of likes and retweets and likes in general that you are getting on these posts. Like, the audience is going, like, when you're starting a business and you're going out there, the audience is going to show you what content they're liking that you are producing the best. And once you look at that and you see what the audience is responding to the most and what they're liking the most, you should shape your social media game around that. Obviously, be trying like new things out to see how that lands, but you should consistently be posting the content that your audience wants to see. And I think that's definitely the best like strategy when it comes to that. Well, I believe that was the last question, right?
Yes, it was.
That's kind of how, my opinion on those questions. Those seems to be the most common questions that, companies ask when they're starting social media marketing. And as someone who has recently been starting a social media company of their own, I want to do my best to answer them. So what I want to know from you people is in the comments below, do you think I did a good job of adequately answering all these questions? If you did, leave me a like, subscribe to the channel. I do business type videos pretty much every day, and share this video as much as possible. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all soon, most likely tomorrow, and bye. Thank you for watching.